Once upon a time, in a forest that was home to many magical creatures, there lived a tiny pig fairy named Lily. She was bigger than a thumb and had delicate wings that shimmer in the sunlight. She lived in a small flower house that she has built herself, surrounded by beautiful flowers and plants that she cared for with love and attention. Lily was a kind and gentle fairy who would love to help those in need. She spent her days flitting from flower to flower, collecting nectar and spreading pollen, and sang sweet songs that echoed through the forest. Her music was so beautiful that other creatures of the forest would stop and listen, entranced by her voice. One day, a young prince named Alexander was riding through the forest. When he heard Lily singing, he was amazed and he searched for the source of the music. When he found Lily, he was struck by her beauty and her kind heart. They talked for hours, and the prince learned about the magic of the forest and the creature that lived there. He was fascinated and he promised to come back and visit Lily again. As the day passed, Alexandra visited Lily more often. They would spend hours talking and singing, and the prince began to fall in love with the tiny fairy. Lily was shy at first, but she soon realized she had feelings for the prince too. They became inseparable, and they would often go on adventures together, exploring the forest and discovering new things. However, not everyone was happy about the friendship. The queen of the fairy who ruled over the forest was jealous of Lily's close relationship with the prince. She saw the tiny pixie as a threat to her own power and authority, and she decided to take action. One day, when Alexandra was away, the queen of the fairies sent her miners to capture Lily. They took her to the queen castle, where she was imprisoned and treated cruelly. The queen of the fairy threatened Lily, telling that if she did not stay away from the prince, she would be severely punished. Lily was heartbroken. She missed the prince terribly, and she longed to be back in the forest, surrounded by her flowers and friends. She knew that she had to find a way to escape and return to her home, but she was afraid that the queen of the fairy would catch her. Days turned into weeks, and Lily grew weaker. She was cold and hungry, and her wings were beginning to wither, and she had given up hope of ever escaping, and thought that she might die in the capsule. But one day, when the prince of the fairy was away, Lily heard a familiar voice. It was Alexander, who had come to rescue her. He sneaked into the castle, and he brought with him a tiny key that he has found. He unlocked Lily's prison, and together they fled from the castle. As they ran through the forest, Queen's miners chased after them, but Alexander was brave and strong, and he fought them off. They finally made it back to Lily's flower's house, where she collapsed exhausted and weak. Alexander tended to Lily's wound, and he cared for her with all his heart. He promised that he would never let anything harm her again, and that he would protect her always. From that day on, Lily and Alexandra was inseparable. They lived in the forest surrounded by friends, and they sang and danced together happy and free. And the queen of the fairies, she realized that true love was more powerful than any magic, and she allowed the two to become together, happy and contented forever. And so the tiny Pizzic fairy and the prince lived happily ever after. Their love and fresh wig inspiring all those who knew them. The forest was filled with sweet music of Lily's songs and the sound of Alexandra's laughter. And whenever anyone in the forest needed help, Lily and Alexandra were there to lend a hand. Years passed, and the prince and the fairy remained together, never once forgetting their love and devotion for each other. They grew old together, and even as their body weakened, their love only grew stronger. Thank you for reading. Please like, share, and subscribe for more lovely stories every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. Please do well to drop your comments. See you in the next episode. Thank you.